Welcome to the InfoSec Guardians Interview Prep Series, your go-to resource for mastering cybersecurity topics and acing your interviews. Today, we're diving into data loss prevention, or DLP. This is all about protecting sensitive information from being lost, stolen, or accessed by unauthorized users. In this episode, we'll go beyond the basics and explore the essential skills you'll need for DLP roles, the different types of DLP solutions available, and the strengths and weaknesses of each. We'll also compare various DLP solutions to help you understand the differences. To top it off, we'll provide you with scenario-based interview questions related to DLP, so you can practice and feel more confident. If you find this content helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more cybersecurity insights. Let's jump in and deepen your understanding of DLP to ensure you're ready for your next interview. In today's digital age, protecting sensitive data is more critical than ever. Data loss prevention, DLP, is a key strategy organizations use to safeguard their valuable information. Let us first understand the fundamentals of DLP, its significance, and how it works to protect data in various forms. So, what exactly is DLP? Data loss prevention, DLP, is a comprehensive approach to protecting sensitive data from being lost, stolen, or otherwise compromised. It involves identifying, monitoring, and protecting data in use, data in motion, and data at rest across an organization's network. DLP solutions help organizations prevent data breaches, comply with regulatory requirements, and safeguard intellectual property and sensitive customer information. Why is it so important? DLP is important for several reasons. First and foremost, it helps organizations protect their sensitive data from unauthorized access and disclosure. This is critical for maintaining customer trust and brand reputation. Additionally, DLP helps organizations comply with data protection regulations such as GDPR, HIPAA, and PCI DSS, which can result in hefty fines for non-compliance. By implementing DLP, organizations can mitigate the risk of data breaches and the associated financial and reputational damage. How does it actually work? DLP solutions work by monitoring and analyzing data as it moves throughout an organization's network. They use a combination of content inspection and contextual analysis to identify and categorize sensitive data. Once sensitive data is identified, DLP solutions enforce policies to prevent unauthorized access, use, or disclosure of that data. DLP can be applied to various types of data, including emails, files, and web traffic, making it a versatile and effective tool for protecting sensitive information. Data loss prevention, DLP, aims to protect sensitive data from unauthorized access, use, or transmission, ensuring compliance with regulations and maintaining data integrity. It employs various technologies and strategies to monitor, detect, and prevent data breaches across networks, endpoints, and cloud services. Let us look at some of the key aspects of a DLP solution. Content discovery. DLP solutions use sophisticated scanning techniques to identify sensitive data across various locations, including file servers, databases, and cloud repositories. These scans can be based on predefined rules, such as patterns, keywords, and regular expressions, or machine learning algorithms that can identify sensitive data patterns. For example, a healthcare organization might use DLP to scan electronic health records, EHR, stored in its database to ensure compliance with HIPAA regulations. If the DLP solution detects any unauthorized access or transmission of sensitive patient information, it can automatically quarantine or encrypt the data. Policy enforcement. DLP policies define how sensitive data should be handled based on predefined rules. These rules can specify actions such as blocking, encrypting, quarantining, or alerting on sensitive data. For instance, A financial institution might have a policy that blocks employees from sending emails containing financial data to personal email accounts. If an employee tries to violate this policy, the DLP solution will block the email and notify the IT security team. Monitoring and reporting. DLP solutions provide real-time monitoring and reporting capabilities to track data flows and policy violations. They can generate detailed reports on data usage patterns, policy violations, and trends over time. For example, a retail company might use DLP to monitor employee access to customer credit card information. If the DLP solution detects unusual access patterns or unauthorized attempts to access this data, it can trigger alerts and generate reports for further investigation. Encryption and masking. DLP solutions often include encryption and data masking capabilities to protect sensitive data, both at rest and in transit. Encryption ensures that only authorized users can access the data, even if it is intercepted by unauthorized parties. For example, a government agency might use DLP to encrypt sensitive documents containing classified information before sharing them with other agencies. Endpoint protection. DLP agents installed on endpoints, such as laptops, desktops, servers, or mobile devices, can monitor and control data transfers and usage on these devices. For example, a manufacturing company might use DLP to prevent employees from copying sensitive design documents to USB drives. If an employee tries to violate this policy, the DLP agent will block the transfer and notify the IT security team. Network protection. DLP solutions can monitor and control data flows across the network, including email, web traffic, and file transfers. For example, a large corporation might use DLP to monitor outgoing emails for sensitive information, such as trade secrets or intellectual property. If the DLP solution detects any unauthorized attempts to send this information, it can block the email and alert the sender. In summary, DLP is a critical component of any organization's cybersecurity strategy, helping to protect sensitive data from loss, theft, or unauthorized access. Implementing DLP requires a comprehensive understanding of an organization's data environment and the selection of appropriate technologies to meet its specific security needs. Implementing and managing a data loss prevention (DLP) program requires a variety of skills and knowledge across technical, operational, and managerial domains. Here are some key skills needed for a DLP role. Technical skills: understanding of data classification techniques and tools. Knowledge of DLP solutions and their implementation, e.g., Symantec, DLP, McAfee DLP, Microsoft DLP. Familiarity with network protocols and data transmission methods. Ability to configure and manage DLP policies and rules. Experience with encryption technologies and data masking techniques. Security knowledge. Understanding of security principles, best practices, and industry standards, e.g., ISO 27001, NIST Cybersecurity Framework. Knowledge of data privacy laws and regulations, e.g., GDPR, HIPAA, CCPA. Understanding of threat landscape and common attack vectors. Analytical skills. Ability to analyze data flows and identify patterns or anomalies. Capacity to interpret DLP logs and alerts to detect potential data breaches. Skill in conducting risk assessments and developing mitigation strategies. Communication skills. Ability to communicate effectively with technical and non-technical stakeholders. Skill in presenting complex technical information in a clear and understandable manner. Capacity to collaborate with cross-functional teams to implement DLP policies and procedures. Problem-solving skills. Ability to troubleshoot DLP issues and implement solutions. Skill in identifying and addressing gaps in DLP coverage. Capacity to adapt to evolving threats and technologies. Project management skills. Ability to plan, execute, and oversee DLP implementation projects. skill in coordinating with internal teams and external vendors, capacity to manage timelines, resources, and budgets effectively. Continuous learning. Willingness to stay updated with the latest trends and developments in DLP technologies and best practices. Commitment to obtaining relevant certifications. Teamwork and collaboration. Ability to work effectively in a team environment and contribute to a positive work culture. Skill in building and maintaining relationships with stakeholders at all levels of the organization. Possessing these skills in combination can assist a professional in excelling in a DLP role and safeguarding their organization's sensitive data effectively. To understand the functioning of a DLP solution, let's take a closer look at the different types of DLP solutions and their practical applications in real-world scenarios. There are three primary types of DLP solutions. Network DLP. Network DLP tracks and analyzes an organization's network activity and traffic, including email, messaging, and file transfers, to detect when business-critical data is being sent in violation of information security policies. It establishes a database to record when sensitive data is accessed, by whom, and where the data moves on the network, providing the security team with complete visibility into all data on the network. For example, a financial services firm may use Network DLP to monitor outgoing email traffic for unauthorized transmission of sensitive customer financial information, such as credit card numbers or account details. Similarly, a healthcare organization may deploy Network DLP to detect and block attempts to transfer patient health records to unauthorized locations, ensuring compliance with HIPAA regulations. Endpoint DLP. Endpoint DLP monitors all network endpoints, including servers, desktops, laptops, and mobile devices, to prevent data leakage, loss, or misuse. It assists in classifying regulatory, confidential, or business-critical data and tracks data stored on endpoints both on and off the network. For example, an enterprise may deploy Endpoint DLP on employee laptops to prevent the unauthorized transfer of sensitive company documents to personal devices or cloud storage services. Similarly, a government agency may use Endpoint DLP to monitor and control the use of USB drives and external hard drives to prevent the leakage of classified information. Cloud DLP. Cloud DLP is designed to protect organizations using cloud repositories for data storage. It scans and audits data in the cloud to detect and encrypt sensitive information before it is stored. Cloud DLP maintains a list of authorized cloud applications and users, alerts the security team to policy violations or anomalous activity, and provides end-to-end visibility for all data in the cloud. For example, a technology company may use a Cloud DLP to scan files uploaded to a cloud storage service for sensitive information, such as intellectual property or trade secrets, and encrypts them before storage. Similarly, a retail organization may deploy Cloud DLP to monitor access to customer data stored in the cloud and alerts the InfoSec team to any unauthorized attempts to access or share this data. In addition to these three main types of DLP solutions, there are other DLP solutions available, including Email DLP. These DLP solutions are specifically designed to protect sensitive data transmitted via email. These solutions can scan outgoing emails for sensitive information, such as credit card numbers or social security numbers, and prevent the transmission of this data outside the organization. Database DLP. This DLP solution focuses on protecting data stored in databases. They can monitor access to databases, detect and prevent unauthorized attempts to access or modify data, and enforce encryption of sensitive data fields. Integrated DLP. Some DLP solutions offer integrated capabilities that combine multiple types of DLP, such as network, endpoint, and email DLP, into a single platform. Integrated DLP solutions provide comprehensive protection across multiple channels and data types. To summarize, data loss prevention is crucial for safeguarding sensitive data across networks, endpoints, and cloud services. Whether referring to network, endpoint, cloud, email, database, or integrated DLP, these solutions are instrumental in maintaining data security and meeting compliance requirements. Now that we've covered the fundamentals of DLP and its role in safeguarding sensitive data, let's examine its strengths and weaknesses. This understanding is vital for organizations seeking to bolster their data security strategies. Strengths of data loss. Prevention solution. DLP offers several key strengths that make it a vital tool for protecting sensitive data in organizations. Data protection. DLP helps protect sensitive data from unauthorized access, use, or transmission, reducing the risk of data breaches and compliance violations. Comprehensive coverage. DLP can monitor data in motion, at rest, and in use, providing comprehensive protection across various channels and data types. Policy enforcement. DLP allows organizations to define and enforce data protection policies, ensuring consistent application of security controls. Incident response. DLP provides real-time alerts and reporting on policy violations, enabling quick incident response and remediation. Data visibility. DLP provides organizations with visibility into how sensitive data is being used, accessed, and shared across the network and endpoints. Regulatory compliance. DLP helps organizations comply with data protection regulations and standards by enforcing policies and preventing data breaches. Risk mitigation. DLP helps mitigate the risk of data loss or leakage by monitoring and controlling data, transfers, and usage. Data classification. DLP assists in classifying and categorizing data based on its sensitivity, enabling more targeted protection measures. User awareness. DLP increases user awareness of data security policies and best practices through alerts and notifications. Weaknesses of data loss prevention solution. Despite its strengths, DLP also has some limitations and challenges that organizations need to be aware of. Complexity. Implementing and managing DLP can be complex, requiring expertise in data classification, policy creation, and system integration. False positives. DLP systems may generate false positives, flagging legitimate activities as policy violations, which can lead to user frustration and increased workload for IT teams. Encryption challenges. DLP may struggle to monitor encrypted data, limiting its ability to detect policy violations in encrypted communications or files. Cost. DLP solutions can be costly to implement and maintain, especially for small to medium-sized organizations with limited budgets. Performance impact. DLP solutions can slow down systems, particularly when handling large data volumes. Limited scope. DLP may struggle to detect breaches involving encrypted or compressed files, or data transferred through non-standard protocols. User privacy concerns. DLP monitoring may raise employee privacy concerns about excessive monitoring. Resource-intensive. DLP deployment and maintenance demand dedicated resources, including skilled personnel and financial investment. In conclusion, data loss prevention offers robust protection for sensitive data, but it also comes with challenges that organizations must address. Understanding the strengths and weaknesses of DLP is key to implementing an effective data protection strategy. As we transition to the next segment, please consider showing your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Here is an overview of the comparison between several leading DLP tools currently available in the market. Now that we've covered the fundamentals of data loss prevention, DLP, let's delve into scenario-based questions, which are crucial in cybersecurity interviews. These questions help evaluate a candidate's practical knowledge, problem-solving skills, and ability to apply theoretical concepts in real-world scenarios. Assessing practical knowledge. Scenario-based questions present candidates with realistic situations they might encounter in the role. This allows them to demonstrate their understanding of applying knowledge in practical settings. Evaluating problem-solving skills. Candidates are often required to analyze a situation, identify key issues, and propose solutions. This helps interviewers assess their ability to think critically and solve complex problems under pressure. Testing communication skills. Candidates must articulate their thought process and solutions clearly. This demonstrates their ability to convey technical information effectively. Demonstrating experience. Scenario-based questions enable candidates to showcase relevant experiences and expertise. They can discuss how they've handled similar situations in the past, highlighting their readiness for the role. Scenario-based questions provide a comprehensive view of a candidate's capabilities and readiness for a role, offering more insights than traditional knowledge-based questions. Are you ready? Let's get started. A multinational corporation with offices in multiple countries is implementing a new DLP solution to protect its sensitive data. Describe the steps you would take to ensure the successful deployment of the DLP solution across the organization, considering the different regulatory environments and cultural norms in each country. When deploying a DLP solution across a multinational corporation, the first step would be to conduct a comprehensive assessment of data protection regulations in each country where the organization operates. This assessment would help identify the specific requirements and constraints that need to be addressed in the DLP implementation. Next, we would customize the DLP policies and rules to align with the local regulatory requirements while ensuring consistency with the overall data protection strategy. This customization might include setting up different policies for different regions or business units based on their specific data protection needs. Employee training is critical in ensuring the successful deployment of the DLP solution. We would provide comprehensive training to employees in each country on DLP policies and procedures, emphasizing the importance of data protection and the role each employee plays in safeguarding sensitive information. To monitor and report on the effectiveness of the DLP solution, we would implement a robust monitoring and reporting system. This system would track DLP effectiveness and compliance with regulatory requirements, allowing us to quickly identify and address any issues that arise. Overall, a well-planned and executed DLP deployment strategy that takes into account the diverse regulatory environments and cultural norms in each country can help ensure the successful protection of sensitive data across the organization. A large financial institution is experiencing a series of data breaches involving customer financial information. As the DLP manager, you are tasked with conducting a thorough investigation to identify the root cause of these breaches and implementing measures to prevent future incidents. In response to a series of data breaches involving customer financial information, the first step would be to conduct a thorough investigation to identify the nature and scope of the breaches. This investigation would involve analyzing the root causes of the breaches, such as vulnerabilities in systems or human error. Immediate remediation measures would be implemented to prevent further data breaches. This might include blocking unauthorized access to sensitive data, patching security gaps in systems, and strengthening authentication mechanisms. A comprehensive data protection strategy would be developed to prevent future incidents. This strategy might include regular security audits, employee training programs to raise awareness about data protection, best practices, and the implementation of advanced security technologies to detect and prevent data breaches. By implementing these measures, the organization can enhance its data protection capabilities and reduce the risk of future data breaches involving customer financial information. A healthcare organization is migrating its electronic health records (EHR) system to the cloud. As the DLP lead, how would you ensure that sensitive patient information remains secure during and after the migration process, considering the complex regulatory requirements and the need for uninterrupted access to patient records? When migrating electronic health records (EHR) to the cloud, ensuring the security of sensitive patient information is paramount. To achieve this, several steps would be taken. First, data encryption would be used both in transit and at rest to protect patient information from unauthorized access. Strong access controls and authentication mechanisms would also be implemented to ensure that only authorized personnel can access sensitive data. Regular audits of the cloud infrastructure would be conducted to identify and mitigate security vulnerabilities. Additionally, data backup and recovery procedures would be established to minimize data loss in the event of an incident. By implementing these security measures, the organization can ensure the security and integrity of sensitive patient information during and after the cloud migration process. A government agency is concerned about the insider threat posed by employees with access to classified information. Develop a comprehensive DLP strategy that includes monitoring and mitigating the risk of data exfiltration by malicious insiders, while also respecting the privacy and rights of employees. To address the insider threat posed by employees with access to classified information, a comprehensive DLP strategy would be developed. This strategy would include implementing user behavior analytics to detect anomalous behavior that may indicate a potential insider threat. Regular security awareness training for employees would also be conducted to educate them about the importance of data protection and how to recognize and report suspicious behavior. Strict access controls and monitoring of privileged user activities would be implemented to prevent unauthorized access to classified information. An incident response plan would also be developed to quickly respond to and mitigate insider threats. By implementing these measures, the organization can reduce the risk of insider threats and protect its classified information from unauthorized access and disclosure. A large e-commerce company is expanding its operations into new markets and needs to comply with a variety of data protection regulations. Design a DLP program that addresses the unique challenges of data protection in the e-commerce industry, including the handling of sensitive customer information and transaction data. In the e-commerce industry, protecting sensitive customer information and transaction data is essential. To achieve this, a comprehensive DLP program would be implemented. Data encryption would be used to protect sensitive customer information and transaction data from unauthorized access. Regular audits of third-party vendors would be conducted to ensure compliance with data protection regulations. Secure coding practices would be implemented to prevent data breaches in web applications. A data retention policy would also be established to ensure that data is only retained for as long as necessary. By implementing these measures, the organization can enhance its data protection capabilities and protect sensitive customer information and transaction data from unauthorized access and disclosure. A major manufacturing company is facing increasing cyber threats, including ransomware attacks targeting its intellectual property. As the DLP manager, how would you enhance the organization's DLP capabilities to protect its valuable intellectual property from theft and ensure business continuity in the event of a cyber attack? To protect valuable intellectual property from theft, A comprehensive DLP strategy would be developed. Data loss prevention technologies would be implemented to monitor and protect sensitive intellectual property. Regular vulnerability assessments and penetration testing would be conducted to identify and mitigate security risks. Access controls and encryption would be used to protect intellectual property from unauthorized access. An incident response plan would also be developed to quickly respond to and mitigate data breaches. By implementing these measures, the organization can enhance its data protection capabilities and protect its valuable intellectual property from theft and unauthorized access. Thank you for watching our video on DLP interview preparation. We hope you gained valuable insights into the world of data loss prevention. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more cybersecurity insights and interview tips. Stay tuned for our next video.